Welcome back. Yes, Venus Williams. For many, a great surprise that has never won this event, and just the runner-up once in 2003, a decade ago. She's obviously had many injuries. She's been dealing with the Sjogren's syndrome, which at Miami this last year, 2012, saw at 134 in the world. But by everything that she's achieved and all the experience, will she put all that to one side? It's a tough task against Maria Sharapova, the champion of 2008. It's an eagerly awaited match, Joe, but there could also be a bit of an anti-climax if Sharapova is playing as we know she can do.
Yes, I mean, it's been so talked up. Everyone's really interested in how they're both going to play. If they both play well, it could be an absolutely brilliant match, but we saw what happened last night. Nothing much happened, so we'll see.
Obviously, a phenomenal effort to win the French last year, completing the set. The movement so much better. She can now slide with the left leg on the clay. And she's still as ambitious as ever, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, she's been on the circuit for, what, 10 years already. I mean, I know Venus Williams also has been out there, and who thought the Williams sisters would survive this long and still want to be playing? But she's ferocious in her intensity, Maria Sharapova.
Current conditions, 21 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It's almost perfect playing conditions, and what a contrast to last evening.
Gosh, it was hot, wasn't it?
A couple of hours after this, it was still about 100.
It really was too stifling. It's a bit windy outside, but I think in here it's not too bad.
Alison Lang. We quipped, didn't we, that it was always nice to have a Brit in the tournament still.
3 minutes.
We can boast Laura Robson still in town, playing Sloane Stephens tomorrow, third, as Simon was saying just before the break. Tough match up for Laura tomorrow.
Yeah, so she'll have to be a bit more consistently good, I think, to beat Sloane Stephens. But, you know, she likes to rise to these big occasions.
They first met in Zurich 2004 in the quarterfinals. Sharapova won that one 6-3, 6-4. She won the last two on the clay ahead of the French last year, 4-3. And I think winning again in Rome just paved the way, as it did the year before. That gave her the belief that she could really do some damage at the French beyond the semis, which she'd achieved before. What do you make of the overall head-to-heads in terms of the way their games will match up for tonight?
Well, I think it's pretty even, really. The thing is, for me, with Venus, it's nice to see her being able to play match after match without getting absolutely shattered, because that's been the problem with her over the last year, trying to come to terms with the disease she has. You know, she played Hopman Cup, which was really nice. She played well. John Isner had to retire in the end, which was a shame, but she looked like she really enjoyed it.
I love the dress. We haven't seen the full regalia yet, but Sharapova always looks stunning. But they bring something extra as well, don't they, Serena and Venus, with the wardrobe and the dolls. I think Simon Reed's favourite outfit is still the catsuit, I think, for Serena.
Yes.
He bought the doll, evidently. I mean, I don't know whether that's true or not.
Was that the one with the high boots as well?
Correct.
Ah.
Says everything you need to know, really, doesn't it? Court can quite often be a little slow filling up. I mean, they're calling it Saturday Night Fever tomorrow night for Atomic. Federer repeat of the third round last year. It's another eagerly awaited match. So the Margaret Court Arena, you saw the start of Querrey and Wawrinka. Jonathan, how's that continuing?
It's continuing much the same as it was when we were watching it at the moment, Chris. It's going with serve, and it is Stan Wawrinka who's up by 3-2. However, it is love 30 on the Querrey serve, so perhaps a chance for a first break of serve coming up right now. You can stay up to date with that match through us throughout this highly anticipated match on the Rod Laver Arena. Venus up against Maria Sharapova. Let's go back to Chris and Joe.
Thanks, Jonathan. When you play on the centre courts, they all sound different, don't they? Different run backs, widths, and...
Oh, yeah.
Did you have a favourite? Was centre court Wimbledon your favourite always?
Well, it was my favourite, yes. But I actually really like this court. It has a nice sort of compact feeling to it.
And presumably when the crowd go nuts, the sound stays within
That's right.
the stadium, whereas in New York, obviously, it just goes out.
Goes out, yeah.
Sound very different.
Very, very different, yeah. And actually, even Roland Garros, that happens a bit too. But yeah, this is a nice arena. It's got a good feel to it. Always loads of run back. That's the problem when you don't play on a big court very often. That can really throw you. But of course, these two are used to it.
Have you made your mind up now, coming to the end of the first week, how the court is playing?
I think generally pretty slow.
Slow,
actually. Yeah. Of course, the weather has a huge effect on that. I mean, 21 degrees at the moment. Last night it was still nearly 39, so huge difference there.
Yeah. So strings become important, tension and all that. So this, a very eagerly awaited third round encounter. Venus Williams, finalist a decade ago. 32 years old. Father said she'd be long gone by now, but it's great that she and Serena are both still competing, of course. And Sharapova, just 25. She seems to be 32 years old too. It's been that long she's been around, from winning Wimbledon as a teenager. Let's hope it's half as good as the billing.
First set, Venus Williams to serve.
It'll be Venus Williams to get this match underway.
Play. Let's for service. Love 15.
Slowly. She's been struggling with her serve this tournament. As great as the serve has been, it can be a bit of a nemesis.
I think, yes, throughout her career, it's either good or bad. There's been spates of double faults.
Still owns the quickest serve, though. Venus.
15 all.
130 miles per hour.
Well, you know, Serena hit one at 207 Ks the other day.
That's 129.
There you go.
Wow.
Yep.
1 mile behind. That's amazing.
It's going to be a battle of the serves, isn't it, really, between these two? Sharapova has just been cruising through her matches, so she's been serving very well. There's been nobody there to return and make her feel threatened on it.
Yeah, Sharapova, a record double-double bagel.
Is it a record?
Yeah.
Oh.
No games dropped yet. Venus has only dropped 7, but she's under pressure straight away.
15-14.
Beat Bosca Boeva 1 and love, and Elise Cornet France 3 and 3.
Yeah, swinging out. We've seen this serve a lot, actually, in this championship so far.
Just fantastic. Started on a mission, Sharapova. That's pretty frightening for Venus Williams, that opening game, Joe.
That's sharp from Sharapova, right on the ball. I love the move up the court as well, just took it in her stride. Very flowing. Oh, this is going to be such big hitting, we know that, but you know, who's going to give here?
They'll have so much respect for each other, of course, but boy, that was a frightening opener. Think of the amount of tennis, competitive tennis, that Venus has had by comparison. But never, ever can you write them off.
No.
Maria Sharapova to serve.
25 games in a row at the start of the Australian Open 2013 for Sharapova.
Love.
All this talk of Sharapova's collarbone that she hurt just at Christmas Eve, actually. So she said it was quite nice to have a few more days at home. She was meant to go and play an exhibition in Korea. But, you know, coming in here without playing any matches, everyone's like, you know, bit dodgy. I don't think so.
Bit of extra time for rapping, she said, didn't she?
That's right.
Presence, that is, not dancing.
Love.
Identical routines for everything. Sharapova always has been, always will be.
Yeah, first point of the tournament or last point of a final, exactly the same. Whoa.
That'll help. Gets the crowd involved.
30-15.
Come on, Serena. There's always a wag. Oh, was it? Someone's mimicking the screen.
Yeah.
They often do that with Sharapova out here. It stops her normally.
All.
The other thing the Aussies do with this noise is just start laughing in the middle of a point.
Yeah, they do.
She's got to look for that forehand down the line. I know it's early, but that's straight away a pattern.
30-14.
Yes, at the moment, Williams is all over the second serve. Very early take back.
Break back point.
It was close. Williams nearly had that game.
It really is a case of hurt before being hurt,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And neither really wants to back away from the baseline at all.
Six foot two, Sharapova, 188, inch taller than Williams.
Advantage.
It's a very good serve,
Sharapova.
considering
Ladies and gentlemen,
someone's
security
mimicking
players,
her.
please remain quiet between first and second serves. Thank you.
I mean, there should be another announcement, maybe, shouldn't there?
Yes.
Maria and Venus, as a courtesy to the crowd, can you please stay quiet during the point?
Game, Sharapova.
26 games in a row at the start of the tournament for Sharapova.
She did pretty well to
Sharapova
get
leads
out of that
teams
game,
allowed 6
actually.
seconds.
Williams really trying to take it on off the return. We're going to see quite a few forehand to forehand rallies. See which one breaks down first.
Doesn't matter who it is, they look to intimidate on the return.
No strapping on her ankles, as her sister has.
Out. 15 love.
Comes down from some height. Not an elegant serve, though.
So different to Serena's, isn't
Yeah.
it? Well, she's outpowering.
15 all.
It's intriguing, because Williams is really trying to lay on the pace, and Sharapova's timing it back, using the pace and adding a bit more of her own.
Out. 30-15.
Getting a taste of what it's like to play each other, really.
Yeah.
Let second service.
Too good. It's not often Venus Williams gets her second serve treated like that.
30 all.
Yeah, there's the 2 slaps that she always does on her thigh. That's part of her routine. But yes, look how far she's standing in the court, Maria. Away it goes.
30-14.
Maybe worth the bonus point. Just the thought of the return, because if you're, it's easy to get into the mindset of thinking about the return, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. You think you have to serve better and better.
Great point.
Game
27
Sharapova.
games in a row for Sharapova. This is a fantastic start. No wonder the worried look on Venus's face. 3-love in 14 minutes. Perfect start of this match in the tournament for Sharapova. She only got one first serve in the opening service game. She won 5 of 7 points behind a second. 3-love.
15-love.
Well, it seems like the Williams forehand at the moment is the one that's not hitting the mark.
Love.
You thinking love and love yet or not?
I just can't believe this. You start to wonder.
$30-15.
First double. I think it's fair to say that gone are the days of double figures on double faults, which we did see. All the shoulder problems.
Yeah, gradually, little by little, it's getting much better. That ball toss is so high,
It's a real launch, isn't it?
isn't it?
Struggling on the wide ball
40-15.
every time, Williams. Fantastic.
Game Sharapova.
She's just outplaying her. 4-love in 18 minutes.
Sharapova leads 4
Seems to be
games
such a
love,
good
2 sets.
solidness behind the hitting from Sharapova, as though she's absolutely sure she's going to make it every time. Still the same look from Venus. She's very capable of coming to the net,
15-love.
Venus, and I know she keeps sort of chiding herself as to why she doesn't do it more, because she's got such long levers and limbs that she dives across. She likes the drive volley. She's a good smasher.
And from what we've seen so far, she might need to be up there a lot. I mean, what a return.
15 all.
She's seeing it so quickly, isn't she, at the moment, Sharapova? So that was a huge serve. Look at that return. Improvised. Brilliant.
On the line, it needs to be.
(30-15).
That early take back, swinging right through, not smothering it. Lovely colours on the dress, isn't
It's a
it?
beautiful dress.
Inspired by watercolours, she said.
So here we are then. 2 game points. The crowd are building to it. Is this going to be the first game conceded by Sharapova in the tournament?
Game Williams.
Big cheer for Venus Williams and a stern look.
Sharapova leads for games
1-4 first set. Court filling up nicely. Where have you been? It's Williams Sharapova. And Sharapova's made a wonderful start. 4-1 with a double break first set.
Love.
First ace of the match.
All.
Just had a glimpse of Sharapova's shoes, and there's a lot of talk about Roger Federer's, wasn't there? Those pink laces.
A bit of pink everywhere on the shirt, the headband.
The shoes, of course, were voted by everybody on the website, and those, so he had to wear them.
Like, they look great, didn't you? Wow.
30-15.
It's very impressive by Maria. Super preparation for every shot she hits. So solidly hit.
Let's for service.
Thomas Hogstead on the left of your picture there at the front. Vladimir Volchkov to his left, our right, hitting partner, former Wimbledon semi-finalist. To Sharapova.
Never has that many hangers on, does she,
No.
Sharapova?
Close.
Sharapova
Challenging that
challenging.
straight away.
On the right serve, the ball was called out.
Oh,
Replay the point.
waiting.
It's a bit of a shocker, isn't it? No wonder a few whistles. And a look.
She thinks the umpire should have seen that.
First serve again.
40,
Really
15.
big second serve. She's booming down.
She might need to back off a little, Williams.
Yeah, give herself a bit more time.
Five one it is.
Sharapova.
This is very, very impressive.
Sharapova leads 5-1 for sets.
A lot of movement, isn't there? It goes on. The camera was keeping still. But the serve's been brilliant so far.
Love 15.
I think Williams is a little surprised at what's coming at her. She probably thought that she was going to dominate, but she's having to defend and half volley.
Just too hot to handle. Plain and simple. The improved movement. Well, it's a revelation.
Love 30.
Just the first move is so quick. Off she goes. Within her stride again. Makes it look easy.
Wow.
Love 40.
That was outrageous. Look at this. Williams didn't move an inch. 3 set points.
15-40.
I think Williams has got to rather hope that this storm goes away, that she just starts missing a few.
Immaculate. 6-1 in half an hour. That's a thumping. That's the easiest set she's ever won against Williams, who's on the ropes.
Set.
Frighteningly good.
Serve.
It really was Sharapova. Jonathan, how's it going on the Margaret Court Arena?
Game for set.
Well, those watching earlier would have heard both Simon and Matt saying that they felt that this match between Querrey and Wawrinka could go 5. It looks probably, which is a word that's been used a lot in the last 48 hours, as though it may not. Wawrinka's just taken the second set after taking the first in the breaker. He took it by 7 games to 5. Neither player had a break point in that opening set. They both had 2 in this second set. However, Wawrinka's the only one to have taken advantage of that. 50 minutes it took for him to take it by 7 games to 5. So Stan Wawrinka leading the number 20 seed Sam Querrey 2 sets to love.
Thanks, Jonathan. Comeback required.
30 love.
Where does Venus go from here, Joe?
Well, for a start, she's got to get that forehand to work better. She keeps hitting it mostly in the net. It's coming over the top of it, but she's just got to hope, I think, that Sharapova starts to play less well than she is.
Forty love.
She's just doing everything very well. I was surprised she wasn't getting that many first serves in that first set, only 44%. I didn't really register because the second serve has been so good.
Forty 15.
I wonder if she could get a little carried away, actually, Sharapova.
I think Venus Williams has got to hope so.
Yeah. The enjoyment of hitting the ball like this and playing so well.
Let's for service. Forty 13.
She's just refusing not to go for the lines. She's just looking to totally outplay Williams. And is.
Game,
Boy, oh boy.
First
It's tough to
game,
imagine anybody
second
could play any better than this. Got to make final like Azarenka to have any chance of being world number one at the end of this fortnight. With tennis like this, you can see it.
Yeah. Well, she has come totally prepared for this match. Her standards are right on where they need to be. And I think Williams is a little shocked.
Come on, Venus is the cry, but she's trying as hard as she can. This is just unbelievable, the standard that Sharapova's produced so far. I mean, this is a huge service game for Williams.
It is.
She's only won 1 point of 8 behind her second serve. And she needs to get ready to run quick.
You said it, Chris. She is just almost flicking it away as though it's nothing, that second serve.
83 miles per hour. Came back quicker.
love 13.
She's just got no time on the ball.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, hardly any time to prepare, and we know that Venus prepares probably as early as Serena. They're both the earliest on the tour, but this is no time at all. Oh, come on. She actually mean that angle.
Well, if this continues, the first question surely in the press room is, have you ever played better in your life? Absolutely. What else can you do on a reaction? breaks Williams to love. The barrage continues. Look at that
Sharapova leads 2
scoreboard.
games to love, second set.
Absolutely top-class tennis, isn't it, from Maria Sharapova. Talk about being ready for a shot.
I should think Venus looks up there and thinks and wishes they were very dark clouds and lots of them.
Fifteen love.
And many might say, well, Venus isn't playing that great. It's another error off the forehand. But I think you've got to give Sharapova credit for that, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, they'll put that down as an unforced error, won't they?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of them are being forced out of her.
Ooh, slightly late, the call. Challenged.
Challenge in the call on the red base.
Now, the call was late. So if this is in, it's her point, isn't it? Do you think?
Well, yeah, the call didn't interfere with the shot at all.
It is in, well in.
Yeah.
It's got to be point.
30 love.
Yep, Alison Lang has given it. Venus is not happy. Yeah, and that's exactly what Alison Lang has said. The call was late, didn't interfere.
Yep.
And accepted.
That was good all round. Well, apart from the line call.
Yes. It's the length as well. Not only the pace.
40 love.
It's 8 points in a row. She was very fair, isn't she?
Amazing.
Oracene.
Game.
Love game.
Sharapova.
6-1, 3 love in 41
Sharapova
minutes.
leads 3 games to love, second set. Time by 1
Turning
set to
into a
love.
rout. "17 of the last
Seats
20
quickly, please.
points,"
Thank you. Players are ready.
the stat says. Feels like that
Seats at the end of the court.
for
Thank you.
Sharapova. Difficult to remember a better performance by a woman on this court so far. Williams has set and love 3 down. She's all over the place. She's
Again.
completely shell-shocked.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure anyone could handle Sharapova tonight. It really is something else.
Just hitting winners for fun now. The name on the other side of the net is irrelevant.
Just stretching and trying desperately to do anything. Williams. Yeah.
Love 40.
20 out of the last 23 points. 3 more break points. Somebody screamed out, "Come on, Serena," again. She might need her as a reserve in a minute. That's what they do in team tennis in the States.
Yes.
Fifteen 14.
Who would have thought you'd have
30,
sympathetic
40.
applause for Venus Williams? Nearly got this as well.
Deuce.
They love the catches.
Yeah, where did that hit? Top of the racket.
Love 40 to deuce. Not as many bugs tonight with the cooler conditions. Still a few. Hasn't served an ace yet, Williams.
Advantage. Williams.
Wears a huge ring on her hand, Venus. It's from Tiffany. I'm just amazed that players can play with such a big thing on their hand, and you need so much feel on your racket.
Earrings are pretty impressive too, aren't
Yeah. Full necklace. Looks like you could go from the court straight out.
they? Made it.
Game Williams.
Now, is this the start of something? Love 40 down, 5 points in a row. Can she build on it?
Sharapova leads 3 games to 1 second serve.
Well, you know, within all the brilliant tennis from Sharapova, you know, Williams is trying not to panic. That was a super game to get out of. That'll feel a bit better. She needs a few of those from the forehand side.
Only lost 7 points on serve, Sharapova, so something's got to happen. The fight will always be there.
Let's for service.
Well, you're surprised she missed in the end. How she got the return of serve back, I'll never know.
I know. Defence was unbelievable.
Love 15.
That's what it takes at the moment to win a point against Sharapova.
How long ago would that return have been a clean winner, do you think, against Sharapova?
Well, less than a year.
I agree.
Yeah. It's incredible, the improvement in her movement.
Led for service.
Mm.
15 all.
Well, disappointment from Venus. She knows that those are the ones that have got to work. Beautiful setting, isn't it? Players love this tournament because the city is so close and it's so easy.
Well, this is a lull.
15-30.
A couple of shots missed in the game.
All.
It's too many of those. But this is still a tight game for Sharapova on her serve. 30 all.
Still looking to take it on. Chance.
40-30.
Big chance, yes. Sharapova had to come off the pace then.
Should she have gone cross-court there, Williams, do you think?
Well, it would be the safer shot, wouldn't it, rather than line. If you are missing, you don't want to try going over the high part of the net. Keep it simple.
Game Sharapova.
There's no mimicking of the screech now. I think it's just admiration. That's a real mini battle again from 15-30 and hold, set 4-1. Surely we're close to the biggest defeat Williams has ever had in a major. But there's a win on show court 3, Jonathan.
That's right, the winner of this match between Sharapova and Williams, which does look as though it's going to be Sharapova, plays against Kirsten Flipkens of Belgium in the next round. Through to the fourth round of a slam for the very first time in her career after a 3-set win against Valeria Saminik of Russia, who was playing in just her second Grand Slam. The score there, 6-2, 4-6, 6-3, Flipkens into round 4.
love 15.
I mean, this surely is a must-win service game for Williams to have any chance.
Yeah. It's just a stunning display so far by Maria. Oh, she missed it.
15 all.
Great defence by Venus. Worth sticking in the point. She's got the middle of the court covered. She's hitting side to side to side. Oh, that's the best return so far.
15-30.
She's seeing it so clearly, so quickly.
Amazing.
Wow.
She wants it all tonight.
15-14.
2 more break points.
Didn't think I could get any better. Oh my goodness.
$30-14.
And I love that reaction from Sharapova. So annoyed at missing. Well, Venus is certainly having to do running
Deuce.
at the back of the court. But she's sticking in. That's really just about all she can do at the moment with the way Sharapova's playing.
She's one of the great competitors, Williams. As is Sharapova, of course, but she needs all those qualities right now. And has done pretty much from the start.
All the time in the world to prepare and get
Sharapova.
on top of the bounce. But she is making it look easy.
Break point again.
Let's for service.
2 heaviest defeats for Williams in a major. Hingis here Semi-final 0-1, 1-1. And at the US in the final 97, she lost love and 4. She is literally hanging on here. You never know. She can keep it to the single break.
Well, that's why we watch sport, isn't it? Seemingly, you know, one person running away with it and strange things can happen.
Advantage, Williams. Deuce.
Has Williams' serve ever been treated like this? So consistently.
It was the last one, 111 miles per hour, and Sharapova leaping all over it.
Advantage, Sharapova.
Same again.
She's varied the direction. Telepathic almost tonight, Sharapova.
Game, Sharapova.
Double break secured.
Sharapova leads 5 games to 1 second sets.
Sharapova will serve for the match and to mete out the heaviest loss in a major for Venus Williams since the semi-final here 12 years ago. Extraordinary performance that requires the finishing touches after just 64 minutes.
Love 15.
They've been rare,
Love 30.
but the reaction from the crowd says they're welcome.
Love 40.
Looks like she's cracked at the moment.
3 break points. Sharapova, of course, has not been broken in the tournament. 2 double bagels.
(15-14).
The second break point in this match she saved. From any angle, impressive.
30-14.
You think of the serving problems, a la the shoulder injury, how she served this tournament, let alone tonight.
Well, it just shows you what hard work and perseverance can do, because it has taken quite a while to get to this level.
Deuce.
Thinking cap so clearly on too. The forehand has been errant from Williams. Peppered again. Off the back foot. And that backhand is finding its mark.
Advantage, Williams.
It just shows you how big a tennis court is, actually, from that angle. How much court you got to cover.
Oh, that's incredible. Has anybody improved their movement more in a career than Sharapova?
No. I don't think I've ever seen her this fast on a court before. Amazing. A little flick back. Total control.
Advantage, Williams.
Don't you just love the attitude from Williams? She's been totally outplayed in this match. But you wouldn't know the score if you looked at her now.
Yeah, it's a great lesson. Close.
Sharapova is challenging the call on.
She's been right on all the challenges so far.
Called out.
Not this time.
Second service.
Sharapova's broken for the first time in the tournament. No celebration from Williams. It's just another game won. But you still wonder, is this the start of a phenomenal comeback?
5 games to 2, second set, and by 1 set to love. Miss Sharapova has 2.
What do you think, Joe? Is it a comeback extraordinaire?
Well, I'm just loving this attitude from Williams. She thinks it's possible.
Setting 2-5 down.
Love 15.
She has struggled moving towards the tram line on the forehand, hasn't she?
Definitely, just seems a little slow that way.
So she's worried about trading because then she's got the backhand to cover, the way Sharapova's taken the ball on. But it's a dilemma. Well done. Half a smile.
Hard to keep track of the ball then. Rat-a-tat.
15 all.
Three golds and doles. 13 majors with sister Serena. You don't often see Sharapova play a drop shot. That was one of her best.
15-13.
Really was. I just thought it was a little obvious, and Williams was already moving. That's why it was so good. Tell you what, Sharapova's definitely been practicing this very short half backhand on the return. She must have done hundreds of them for this match.
The crowd are so engaged into this. I think they really believe Venus could turn this around.
Well, they like a good fight back, don't they, the Aussies? They just like you to fight for your sport. And Williams is doing that.
There's an energy about her. There's a look about her.
Well, it took a bit of putting away again. Sharapova is just defending amazingly well.
Never easy under the lights at night.
No.
And it was up there a while.
Okay, Williams.
3-5.
Williams lead. Sharapova leads
Is the
5 games
seed
to 3.
there in the Sharapova mind?
Or is she going to get tense? This is probably it. Things have got a bit close now. And she is actually missing one or two.
Serving for the match again at a set and 5-3. Brilliant.
That is supreme confidence. That's never easy to get that shot down the line off this. It's low. You've got to get it over the net first. It's got to be hard enough to beat your opponent.
Love. Sharapova is
It was in, I think, and then Venus missed. Sharapova might regret that big time.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Someone challenging, then their opponent missing. I think it was in too, Chris. Didn't it just shoot off the line?
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Oh, that was triple match point.
Sharapova has one challenge remaining.
Look at determination in Venus's eyes.
What a sensational second serve again.
It really was unbelievable. I mean, most people would like that as a first serve.
Match point, Sharapova. That'll do it. What a performance. That was very special, as was the resistance and the fight that was shown by Venus Williams, but she was outplayed. That's one of the heaviest defeats meted out for Venus Williams in Grand Slam tennis. Sharapova is back to her very, very best.
That was breathtaking, actually, some of the tennis from Sharapova, and she was under pressure in that last service game and handled it beautifully. I have to say, what a super handshake from Venus Williams. She played her part in that match. That was fantastic.
Maria compose herself after that wonderful win, and in a moment
She'll play Kirsten Flipkens of Belgium in the fourth round. Remember, as Jonathan said, it's her first fourth round at a major. Flipkens, it was her first third round today as well.
Well, Maria, many congratulations. I think everyone on this Rod Laver Arena, I think, really should recognise what a brilliant performance that was tonight.
Thank you. Thanks.
How tough was it for you to play a great champion like Venus Williams so early in a Grand Slam event?
Well, I think when we both looked at the draw when it came out, you know, that was certainly the matchup that, you know, both of us were looking forward to, something, you know, a match like you expect towards the end of the tournament. You know, but I was really excited to play Venus again. She's a tremendous athlete and a great champion, and has won way many Grand Slams than I have. And you know, no matter what she's ranked or, you know, seeded or not, she's always a very tough opponent to play. So I was just really determined out there, and I really wanted this victory.
There was a massive reaction from you at the end of the match. Did that almost feel like a final in some ways?
Well, you treat every single match as if it's the last match that you're going to play, and you know, I was up 5-1, and you know, I gave a couple of you know, made a few more errors than I would have liked to, and I was really happy to serve it out at that point.
You had a couple of injury problems at the start of the year, so you haven't played any matches coming into this Australian. So far, you've just lost a few games. How have you been able to produce such great tennis without any matches coming in here?
Well, I think I wish I would have played Brisbane. I went there, I tried to play, but I needed a few more days, but that gave me an opportunity to come here and start on Rod Laver a few days earlier than maybe all the other players did. So I was able to get good training and a few practice matches against the Australian boys, which were really competitive and helped me. And I tried to make it into a match situation as much as I could.
Well, congratulations, Maria, tonight. Absolutely wonderful performance. Maria Sharapova through to the fourth round.
Sam Smith with the questions, of course. It was some reaction when she won.
Yes. I'm not surprised. I mean, what a match.
Now, Wawrinka, we were watching his match earlier on, and it's now finished. Here's Jonathan with the story against Sam Querrey.
Well, thank you very much, Chris. And yes, it wasn't that five-setter that many of us expected over on the Margaret Court Arena. Stan Wawrinka winning it in straight sets. 2 hours and 9 minutes it took him. He served 13 aces, hit 45 winners, and he converted 3 from 8 break points. Puts himself into the fourth round here in Melbourne once again. He's got a pretty tough task ahead of him, though, up against Novak Djokovic in the fourth round. Their head-to-head record currently stands at 11-2. That's 10-1 if you take away the 2 matches where each of them retired. And it includes Wawrinka losing the last 9. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Jonathan. So we're going to go for a break. When we come back from the break, we'll be going into the studio with Mats Wilander and Annabelle Croft before we come back for further live action. Not many matches left now on day 5. Meltzer's playing Berdych, and of course Ferrer is next up on the Rod Laver Arena against Bagdatis, one of the crowd's favourite down here in Australia.
Williams is all over the second serve. Very early take back